I am ROM hacking tonight. So if you'll excuse me, the scene here will probably... Why is there a done on the screen here? That's not meant to be there. That's AVI Mux. Uh, let's pop open Axel Chat. So, if you've seen what was going on my Twitter for a bit, I have been trying to figure out kinda what's up with the BS Zelda ROMs. And hopefully I am a bit on the case. Let me pop open some screen to let you know that it's not all dead air. Axel chat? There we go. Let me connect to YouTube. Let me connect to YouTube. Let me do the YouTube connection. Oh. On Axel chat, I mean, you know what I mean? My web browser is not cooperating with me. So, hello, Cybernator 2. My oh gosh, web browser. I think my web browser's dying. Give me a moment. Yeah, it is saying not enough memory. I apparently cannot YouTube and ROM hack at the same time. Let me try to see if I can get the link to the YouTube live stream from some other method. Or it could just work this time. Let's see. Copy link. Can't connect to the sun. Is that something? Is that a issue on my end or? Okay. Anyway, there, connected to the YouTube chat, and I should get some screen up. I guess I could pop up one of my XVI32 screens because that's kind of what I'm tinkering with right now. Where was I here? So, what I'm gonna try to do now is make BS Zelda Map 1 hacks that are all from the September build that matches the Episode 4 ROM. So I think the easy way to... It seems like mostly for those... I don't know if this is entirely correct because my frame of reference is two Map 2 ROMs, where one was kind of recovered, but it seems like if the build is the same, the only notable differences will be like the specific changes in like the map and like the episode objectives and timer events. So I got like 3 sets of data to copy over to change the episode. At least I think so, anyway. Okay, so I will do this a little bit, and then I'll test it in a Satellavave setup. And when I test it in the Satellavave set... Oh. Thank you for the subscription. What was that? Do what? But yeah. Oh, shoot. That shit's... Oh, thank you for the subscription, Morella22. Oh my gosh, these are going to be distracting me! No! Oh, boy. Thank you for the subscription, Anzar. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Okay, so it's 90F30. 90F30 I need to stop at. I am not reading that right just yet. F. And it's gone. Sorry, person who subscribed. Oh. Copy here. Thank you for subscribing, Leandro Gunga. Okay, so delete and then paste. And if I got this right, this should be BS Zelda Episode 2 928 build. I'm gonna see if it didn't break or anything first before I go any further. Thank you for subscribing, Vicky, whatever that was. It is nice that you are all subscribing, but I apologize in advance. I cannot date all of you because I am in the middle of ROM hacking. What was that, like Acme something? Thank you for subscription, Gerubo. Something. Hold on, did I save the wrong stuff to the wrong location? Oh, no, no, no. It's because I did the reverse of what I was... It's because I did the reverse build of what I was trying to do. So instead of making a map 2 based off 928, I made episode 3 based off 1-1. Oh, I'm confusing myself. That's a bad sign. That is a bad sign. That is a sign that I am... Well, whatever. Let's... You know what? Let's just start doing the same. Let's just go where I'm going and do the same thing, but for episode 4. Let's load up episode 4's map. Okay. And go back to IBA00. I mean, 1BA00. Why am I calling one's eyes? Why am I doing that? Why am I such a shitty hacker? 1BA00 through 1BCDF. Then change 9BC9B. I mean 5BC9B. 5BC9B. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. And then go to 9E5 Series 30. Did I do that right? Yeah, 9E5C0. Oh no, Nancy DuBois. I asked you to do stuff like SimCity and some other ones because those are like, I wouldn't have the first clue what I'm doing with those. I think with BS Zelda, I have a bit of a better idea. So you know, I wouldn't want to pester you to do something that I think I could do. You know what I mean? 95C0 through 9E3. I mean, you can still do it anyway if you want to do it on your own anyway. Obviously, I'm not going to stop you. But, like, if there's things you're wanting to do as a favor for me, there's things, you know, higher on the priority list, if you get what I mean. Probably the thing that should be the biggest priority is figuring out how the heck to get Mighty Pockets to play for an entire episode duration. Uh, did I do this right? Like, yeah, 90 F. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now let's double check, make sure the ROM size is correct. Okay. Good. 4 build 1 and then check the make sure it's not crashing to hell. No, not in SNES 9X. I didn't change the checksum yet. SNES GT. Oh, I screwed up somewhere. I screwed up somewhere. Okay, I didn't do that kind of screw up on this one, did I? Let's double check. No, I did not do it. Okay, I must have deleted something and not properly put it back. I don't know. I did something wrong. I broke it. Now I gotta do that again. Oh, I am such a shitty hacker. I am such a shitty, crappy, lousy hacker. I always just break shit. Just keep breaking shit all the time. Everything breaks. It's like the Wreck-It Ralph of ROM hacking. Every ROM I hack breaks. Um... Is that right? Hold on. Okay. Zero. I mean 95. 5C0. 9. F. F. Okay, let's try looking at that again. I did something a little wrong because I do not see level 5 on this map. I did something wrong. Uh, let's try. Yeah, what I did wrong. Kirby dump. I on Satella blog. Uh Mighty Pockets is a different game. The Kirby dump on Satella blog is a new ball rally dump. Did you see that yet? What did I do wrong? That oh. I mean, level 6 is there. So, it's something I failed to copy on the map. You know what, let me run a comparison between this ROM and the episode 4 ROM in HXD. That'll tell me what I did wrong. Go to the bottom. Not that far. EF. Maybe E. Double check. What am I? There's some other grid cool. On. Like I said, it looks like only 5 maps, only 5 dungeons. Let's see. Gosh. There we go. That's a try changing. Saving. Putting it up nice on the SGT to see. And then, trying again. Screws up. No, that doesn't seem to have been it. Oh, let's see, maybe 9E592. Wait, why did 9E592 not change? I mean, 9E5. Nine E. Seven. Oh, 7. See if there's my map coordinate. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now let's just for this one. Okay. Now let's change some file names, fix some headers, and then we'll test the results. Okay, so Yukon 64, I already got open. It's going to navigate to where these ROMs are, and I will fiddle with them. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. Episode free hack 1-1 build. Let's see. Oh, let me double check, make sure everything's correct. Oh no, that would be episode 2's time. Here we go. Alright. Now let's check these. The header fix. Run a test to see that it boots. Did I screw something up? I may have screwed. I definitely. Oh. Hold on, hold on. What did I change? How is it? Oh! Oh! Why did I make such a sloppy mistake? Very sloppy mistake. Alright, it booted. Goes up. Okay, now let's do the same for episode 4. The channel points, that is a very good question. That is a very good question, and I have no idea. Okay, let's try episode 4 hack. 1 build. So, what broadcast date was so when was I bet if I can check some schedule archives, I can see what BS Zelda was broadcast right on New Year's. That might give me a clue about which build is like the build I should use. Okay, so 724D 40 8D B2. Okay. Now let's see. Did I get that correct? Looks like it boots. Okay, so now let me copy these, put them here. I'm gonna have to adjust the file names. That one episode 311 build. BS Zelda ROM Map 1 Episode 4 hack 11 build. Let's change them in Satellawave. Change all the files for the Map 1 build. Now, let's see. Okay. Oh, and I gotta change the file names here. Episode 3 build and episode 4 hack 11 build. Okay, now let's save the repository. There we go. Export as SAT data. Why is it taking so much longer to export? Hello, the pig. Did I say hello to the pig already? Oh man, I'm slow. Very slow. Okay, export successful. Okay. Let's go. What did I load before that has the SRAM? Okay. So now I'm going to do a quick test. BS Zelda, Map 1, Episode 1. Let's, dump the, hacking screen for a moment. Don't know if I'll need it again yet. Also, I just realized I still have the Link's Awakening Link's Awakening Zelda hack up there linked. I apologize for that. Let me correct that shortly. Where is my, There we go. Making ROMs for Dollycat. I'm making these because Dollycat wanted to have a Map 2 Episode 4, but there isn't a real Map 2 Episode 4 dump. There's something that's labeled a Map Episode 4 bad dump, but I'm pretty sure that's Episode 1. Like, I'm pretty sure it's actually a bad dump of Episode 1. So that was pretty unfortunate for that file name. Give me a moment here. Okay, so we are starting a fresh BS Zelda run. We're not going to go into this very long because we need to check each episode. We need to make sure the save RAM goes through in each one. I will make a release of some kind once I have at least one of these with, like, the SRAM working the whole way through. Well, P.O., I believe I heard that the story was that Saint Giga approached Nintendo with the idea, and considering the timing, like, I'm pretty sure the SNES CD was just canceled, so Nintendo was thinking they probably needed something. Hold on. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, what I'm doing wrong is that it's map 1, and I was running the game like it was map 2. Because I'm confusing myself again. I am such a bad gamer. I am such a lousy gamer. Such a shitty gamer. Can't even grab a fucking key! Ah! Well, I mean, P.O.'s there. I saw P.O., so I tried greeting P.O. I probably jumbled something. Ay. I'm sorry, I'm probably at my most brain rot. Ironically, I am at my most brain rotted when I try to ROM hack. Absolutely at my most brain rotted when I try to ROM hack. Like, I guess it's because the ROM hacking actually is taking up all my mental capacity. Like, I actually got a very slight headache from doing all that ROM hacking. It actually is. It is taking up all my mental capacity. Oh, it's been a stressful month! What's the first thing I can bring up? The family needed a $3,000 car repair. So that was one thing. The other thing is that I'm looking for a job again, and it's rough. The third thing is that it's Satelloview's 20th and... I mean, no, 30th! 30th! Satelloview turns 30 on April 23rd, and I need to get something ready for that. And that's why I was working on this tonight. So I would at least have that, if nothing else, done. Yeah. Basically a lot of things going on at once. A lot of things. But in particular, I have been doing a lot, both in front and behind the scenes, in regards to Satelloview stuff. And yeah, I am pretty certain my mental capacity is maxing out. Like I'm past my peak and it's all downhill from here. I'm going to brain rot and I'm going to be stupid after this. Oh, yeah, that's rough. Hey, Nintendo boys, I am doing a playtest of, my save RAM shit. Okay, so I'm gonna move the time forward a bit. I cleared level 1. I believe with that, I can move the time forward a bit. And then load the next episode and see what happens. If I did everything correctly... If I did everything correctly, then the next episode would carry my save data, and then the episode after that, and then the episode after that. So let's see. I will now load F2. F2 should work, because it worked before. Well, like I said, if this works properly, it should carry over, like, all the items that you gathered in the previous episodes. Like, that's how it's supposed to work in a successive broadcast going from episode to episode. The problem with the ROMs we dumped is that they're all from different build dates. You see, that's how it loads. Okay, now let's try the episode free ROM. Alright, so that loaded a save file that went from episode 1. Okay, so now let's try episode 4. To be specific, each build seems to have incompatible save data, and I believe it's intentional. Like, each build is intentionally designed to wipe another build's save data. Which would make sense, considering, like, you know, in theory, you could play BS Zelda one day in July, and then try to load up episode 2 in 4 months later when they want you to start fresh. I think they didn't want you to do that. I believe it is intentional. Okay, so there we go. Now, let's try going back to episode 2. Playing a bit from there, and such. Make sure nothing unexpected happens. Yeah, I believe it's... Because it doesn't seem like there's that many other differences between the rerun builds. Like, as you go from, like, the premier BS Zelda builds to, like, going into the reruns, there's less and less differences. Until the point where it seems like there's specific differences that are very deliberate. So what I just did now is that, after going into episode 4 and loading a save RAM, I went back to episode 2. I have a feeling I shouldn't be able to do that, but probably, you know... I don't know. I am curious how it's done. It looks like there is some code near the very beginning and the very end of the different build dates. I'm not sure which set would be the one responsible for doing the save RAM check. I am curious about that. I would like to see if, like, you can manipulate it, or, yeah, it probably doesn't have any checksums beyond the one that the BSX itself uses to check for a game to boot. It's probably checking... Like, it's probably... There probably is just some check on, like, what the build date is in the save RAM. And it probably compares that to what the build date in the game is. And if they don't... And it probably doesn't check like the date in like the header of the ROM. It probably has an internal build date that it checks. Is what I think. Because it needs a transfer between different episodes, but in the same build, if you get what I mean. Well, what I just tried to do is like get together the this episode toggling and basically try to put it all in a single build. Like we got the episode 1 build from 1.1, and I've just put the episode the data that changes all the episodes, the data for each different episode in like that build. Obviously, I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, so I can't even properly call it a theoretical replica. But if it's good enough to be able to play BS Zelda and have it look like the actual game and play all the way through, then that's probably a good sign. Once I will probably send this to the Satellaview Plus server to have them bug check it. It was quite a bit of work. I was doing it like a bit before the stream even, so I was doing it for some time. Like, the thing is, like, disabling the check entirely would probably require me to actually be able to reverse engineer. It is easier for me to do grunt work than it is to actually reverse engineer. I mean, obviously there's been hacks that make, like, a lot of hacks that make BS Zelda run outside the Satellaview environment would, like, do code internally in the game to, like, change the episode data based on progression and stuff like that. The thing is, most of those completely rewrote the SRAM code entirely because it wasn't compatible with original SNES hardware. Like, the SRAM code is written specifically for saving in BSX, and it screws up if you try to use it like, if you try to use that SRAM code. So, you wouldn't be able to use those as reference, because they just rewrote the entire SRAM code. Yeah. Yeah, Satellaview expects its own format. If it doesn't see its own format, I believe it saves the same save data to PSRAM instead of SRAM, which is why retail games that are converted to BSX do not permanently save. Yeah. So you basically have to understand that SRAM code, and then you need to figure, you know, it's a lot more work than just like the common knowledge of SNES games you can look up. Because you're dealing with the Satellaview's SRAM code in particular. Yeah, different logic, and that would make, and like, most emulators, like, they don't really have debuggers specifically tailored for Satellaview. Which, you know, which is also a problem, like, with making a bunch of Satellaview ROM hacks. Like, I know Croco does a lot of work with, like, the fan translations and whatnot. He's made some recommendations in regards to, like, using debuggers and whatnot, but, like, I think even with those, it's like he's working with quite a bit. This is yeah, this is episode 2. Yeah, it's still very esoteric and I'm pretty sure, like, reverse engineering an SRAM check code in BS Zelda would also require you to understand BSX SRAM, so it would be very complicated. So for me, it was easier to just check the builds, see what matches, see what's like the episode toggling data, and move it around between the builds. This is something that is in episode 2 in particular. If you've never seen it, well, you have now. I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure I played this on stream quite a few times. Woo! I got past it! I'm not entirely sure if you're actually supposed to be able to get past it. The SoundLink advice just says to go back there later. Like, you're not actually supposed to be able to get past that, but it is possible. Yeah, and I think that's, like, the most amount of on-screen objects at once that is, like, in this. Unless you do things that could, like, literally cause slowdown. But, yeah. The silly part is, seeing Dad is basically a reward for getting past the Lost Woods in this game. Like, in that regard, it's like an epic troll. I always forget where this is. There it is! I did make a, I do remember taking part in, working on, like, making an arrangement of the audio for the SoundLink. Compiled from, like, some crazy Nico Dolga mix sampling. But that gets Content ID claim now, so I'm not using it for this. Like, originally this played with SoundLink audio. Like, if you like Cocoon's video, you'll be able to hear it. Like, also, I don't want to use the MSU1 stuff because the dubbing is not really to my my liking. Yeah, normally most of that SPC is not actually enabled. Like, you would never hear that overworld music or that dungeon music. Like, you don't start hearing in-game SPC until you start fighting Ganon. A part of me thinks they may have thought of the idea for SoundLink late in development, and it may have influenced the game a lot. Like, I remember hearing that originally this was going to be a 1-to-1 to the NES Zelda. I mean, there are some differences, but the spirit of this is just Japanese YouTube. Although, like, a lot of the people that were big on, like, Nico Nico, I think they either, like, moved to YouTube outright or became VTubers on YouTube. So, it's probably not as big as it used to be. But it is still a very good resource if you want to look up some niche Japanese subjects. Oh yeah, and that's a Du Bois. Did you see that Nintendo Power issue I keep tweeting about? Like, Nintendo Power did say that allegedly Nintendo was working on a Game Pack version of BS Zelda for America. I do not know if that was what they had in mind when they originally made the music. What I do know is that while you don't hear the music in-game at this point, there is an episode of Game Catalog 2, that Famitsu show, where they play that, like, a prototype BS Zelda. I don't know if you've seen that clip I posted. If you pay attention to that clip, they're playing the SPC in-game SPC music at that point. The player character is based off the player character in BSX, and it is chosen based on your character gender. So it's basically meant to be the literally you character. Oh yeah, I would've. Yeah, maybe they would have finally released that Zelda 2 remake they kept pushing in, like, those tech demo footages. That maybe those Link sprites in the Giga Leak might have been from, but we don't know for sure. And it doesn't really look like it matches. But then again, BS Zelda doesn't really match NES Zelda in some very particular ways. So there's still a chance. Yeah, so I do believe that the in-game music is a remnant of the prototype phase. So it was probably being made when it was probably put in there when they were going to make it a 1-to-1 NES Zelda map. Which I'm not entirely sure why they scrapped that idea. I believe it may have been a matter of them having trouble coding it, because I'm not entirely sure if that's the case, but because, like, it's clear BS Zelda feels oddly unoptimized when you consider that it shouldn't be straining the hardware more so than A Link to the Past did, but somehow it is. Like, it's kind of like it was being made by, like, the B team on Nintendo. Like, I believe Miyamoto himself basically said, like, this isn't his game, and he didn't work on it. So I'm guessing they didn't make the 1-to-1 map replica because those specific devers actually couldn't do it. No intro hasn't updated in that long? Ain't that crazy? So that's gonna suck. Especially if there's, like, ROM dumps that I don't know about that came around. In fact, there was something someone linked me on Discord with a set of, like, 8M dumps that are all in SMC format that are unidentified. If they're in SMC format and unidentified, that may be they're from the good SNES era. So I do need to check that out at some point. But I really wanted to get this done first. Yeah. No, Satoblog doesn't have everything, Nintendo boys. It is specifically for the dumps that the Satoblog team recovered. It doesn't cover any of the stuff from the good SNES era. I don't think it has the one stuff covered from Hard for Games. And it doesn't have the stuff from Gaming Alexandria. So like, yeah, that is a lot of... Why hasn't No Intro updated that in so long, though? Like, are you really sure it hasn't been updated since 2017? That's kind of crazy. I figured they'd at least update once a year. Are I, like, caught up in some dumb internal drama or something? Anyway, another question I have about BS Zelda's save system is when exactly does it save? Because it doesn't seem to save right on item collection or grabbing a Triforce. It seems to save on some kind of timed interval. I'm not entirely sure what the timed interval is. Yeah, I don't even know if 2018 would have, like, the Tactics Ogre ROM. It wouldn't have... I don't think it'd have Uragame. Like 2018, it would definitely be missing dumps. As in, Undake... Yeah. Undake Sanju Uragame. You covered that before. You found that, Samegame mode. Like, it would probably be missing, like... It might be missing some of those Warriors Woods versions. Well, I mean, it's based off Samegame, so I think Uragame makes more sense as a name than Usameme. Yeah. Another thing is that, yeah, you might need to grab dumps from Satellavlog anyway, because, like, I don't think no intro would have, like, the stuff... It wouldn't have, like, the restoration work on some of the dumps that we would have to do. Like, it had the dumps in, like, the raw state. So, like, it would have, like, the Star Soldier ROM, but it'd be... It wouldn't boot. It won't boot because of a 1 byte difference. I guess it's like a 1 byte corruption. Like, it's quite literally that silly. The thing... Well, Nancy Du Bois, the thing we just learned from that new Kirby dump we got is that they can have build differences. So there may be alternative builds for all those Kirby No Mulchabacos. Of course, we don't actually know... What funny timing for an advert to play. It's right when this message is on the screen. Oh yeah, Twitch is awful like that. Like, fucking... There is nothing more annoying than when you try to put on a streamer, and it's suddenly playing 10 ads, and they're all over a minute long. So you spend, like, somewhere between 10 minutes to 20 minutes waiting for ads to go through. The Giga League? I don't know. The Kirby dumps we're talking about are our Teleview 8 Impact dumps. We did dump a alternative build of a Kirby No Mulchabaco, and we released it just, like, the other day. It's an alternative build of the one that, was the bad dump. So I think, like, technically now, we have, like, all the dumps are better, but now we know there's alternative builds of the game, so it's like, well... Do I have to be... Okay, I'm ready for the next episode. Oh, yeah. Where was I with, what I was saying? What was the... Oh, man, hold on. Let me scroll up a bit. That'll probably remind me. Oh yeah, what I was saying... Yeah. What I was saying is that the latest Kirby dub released shows that the Kirby No Mulchabaco games can have alternative builds that seem pretty different from the ones we got before. Because we got a new dump of, what was it? A ball rally? And internally it looks very different from the dump we got previously. And... that means... Oh. No, it's not that dramatic or anything like that. It doesn't really, like, look different on the surface. It's all, like, code. And I'm not entirely sure, like, the finer details of it. But yeah, in regards to the distinct Kirby games, the only two we seem to be missing are the ones based off the Kirby Superstar mini games. The Megaton Punch and Samurai Kirby ones. Like, we've been told those exist, but we haven't found them, and arguably they're not as important as the original ones. So, yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's reset here, and then try loading episode 3. Yeah, like, I would, obviously, I'm, as a preservationist nut, I'd be a bit bummed out, but that's kind of more of an all well than oh shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, before that, we were talking about, like, we were having that origami discussion. Yeah. Yeah. Like, the Cellview Plus community, like, they've been doing quite a bit of... Okay, so it looks like my save carried over. Let's see what I got. Carried over. I got my Triforce pieces. Huh. It must have some code to prevent me from just stopping the game and loading the red candle into the next episode. Interesting. That's what I was testing there. Sometimes I don't actually say out loud what I'm thinking, I admit. Because I'm trying to talk and think different things. But yeah, what I was trying to do there was test to see if the red candle carried over in episode 3 when it wasn't supposed to. With the timer event. So yeah. There is some stuff where they were surprisingly thorough in what they thought through in advance. Like, they must have been thinking, what if some cheater tries to do this? What if some scumbag tries to do that? Oh yeah, the shop guy's not here. Do I have the correct episode loaded? It looks like I do. Am I too early for the shop guy? Let's see. Oh, there he is! There you go, got my medicine now. Alright. Let's go through level 5 some. Yeah, I'm guessing there is some. I think with the candle, they actually have the red candle be a timer event. Red candle be a distinct item from the normal red candle you find in episode 4. That's how I would guess that works. So, if you've seen me tweeting on Twitter, you might have noticed I gave the trivia here that I put this in, like, the Zelda annotations BS Zelda annotated video a long time ago, but, like, annotations on YouTube are dead now, so I gotta go over this part again. Uh, this line here and this NPC, like, obviously this is functionally the Grumble guy, but you might notice there's differences between this one and the original Grumble NPC in NES Zelda. Besides the fact that the NES Zelda one was a gorilla and this one's a human. Or Hyrulean, I guess. The dialogue here is also different. And it's definitely way more complex than just the onomatopoeia the gorilla says in NES Zelda. And I actually, like, I remember way back, I forgot what, like, it sounds like, but I remember going back and actually, like, transcribing and translating a line, and it's literally, very bluntly, I'm hungry, give me meat. So, like, all the crypticness and subtlety of the puzzle is gone. He just tells you point blank, feed me the meat. I am thinking, like, a lot of people, like, maybe thought there was some Japanese cultural thing regarding that puzzle, but that change makes me think, no, the puzzle was so cryptic it confused even Japan. And that is why it was, like, they just changed that line entirely. Like, most other lines that are carried over from NES Zelda, like, they're re-rendered in hiragana instead of katakana, but they aren't, like, full-on changed like that. Yeah. Like, obviously the Grumble was meant to be, like, a clue. But, you know, I guess the clue wasn't very, direct enough. Oh, shit. I don't want to waste bombs here. There we go. Alright. Gonna go... Ow. Wanna go get the ramp. I mean, a step ladder. I always mix those two up. Ugh. More importantly, you can't do the one bomb kill trick on the Dongos. Which really sucks. Because that makes bombs a very important, like a way more important item. Since if you run out of bombs on the Dongos, like if you're low on bombs, you may as well like just leave that room. Like if you don't have any bombs going into the Dongo room, you just leave. You can't do a one bomb trick where you hit him with the bomb and then stab him and then he drops a bomb on the kill. You cannot do that. If you're there and you are low on bombs, you don't have enough bombs to clear the room, just get out. Why does it sometimes do that? You notice that? Sometimes when you hit the monster, it sounds different. Like he like stutters. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's stuttering 3 times before he completes the sound bite. Rupee depreciation glitch? I mean, you literally can't do a quit and save. You can't really do like a quit game like you could in NES Zelda. So you can't really stop the pay me for the door repair charges guy in his tracks like you could there. Because you literally cannot, like, cannot soft reset. You will be sent back into BSX, and you won't be able to boot up the game. Unless you can re-download it within that schedule. Which you might not be able to. I don't really know entirely how the schedules work. in, like, the original setup. Like, I don't know what really happened originally if you were, like, 30 minutes late to a broadcast. There are ROM behaviors for being 30 minutes late to a broadcast, but I don't know if they reflect how it works on, the server side. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, item drop rules are completely different in BS Zelda. Like, very different. I'm pretty certain they do not have the 10th enemy has the bomb rule. Crap. Now, what the bomb drop rules are, I think speedrunners probably know more than I do about that now. But in particular, one thing I do know is that the game clock can actually change the drop rules. You could have timer events where you get more rupees, or you could have timer events where you get more fairies. Yes, BS Zelda was so obviously rewritten from the ground up. It has, like, code-wise, it has very little in common with NES Zelda. And you can really feel it when you play. Like, here, let me show you something. This, that doesn't happen in NES Zelda. That wrapping around the tile thing does not happen in NES Zelda. Alright, what else can I show you? Let me go to a room with some relatively weak enemies. Okay, you want to see something? Let's go right here. You can't do that in BS Zelda. I wonder if this was originally being made with a Link's Awakening style sword slash in mind. And they left over a hitbox from that. Because I don't know why else that sword works that way. I mean, I'm not saying it like it's an issue. I'm just saying, like, that is not how NES Zelda behaves. Like, so much of this is like, that's not how NES Zelda behaves. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, visually, it looks like I am literally just killing the enemy by spreading my legs. Like, look at this. Spread my legs, enemy dies. Spread my legs, enemy dies. Spread my legs, enemy dies. Oh, gosh. Imagine if someone made an adult-rated Zelda clone where that's the mechanic. I am wondering if they did plan to do that at some point. Like I said, like they did have tech demos for Zelda 2 on Super Nintendo. I really wish one of those leaked. I would really want to port it to Teleview. I want my BS Zelda 2. Didn't know there was porno Zelda? Well, in a different sense, there is a lot of Rule 34 of Zelda, especially the Breath of the Wild incarnation. What was I doing before? Oh yeah, I'm gonna collect the heart pieces. Yeah, I will admit, I was like, you weren't talking about what we were talking about. Yeah. I don't know if that music was intended for a BS Mario game. Because there are BS Mario games that theoretically could have used that music. Particularly Excite Bike, which is, like, lacking in music. And they don't use it. Well, I mean, obviously Excite Bike was Soundlink, so they were playing, like, Born to be Wild over the radio. But I mean, like, say in theory, they made a console version of the Satellaview Excite Bike. I don't know if they'd use that music. Yes. Again, one of my tweets pointed out, they used the original Born to be Wild. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show used a cheaply produced cover. I like talking about those little trivia quips because they seem to be getting me more likes on YouTube lately. I don't really know if they're doing much for my Twitter profile. I feel like they aren't doing as much for my Twitter profile as I'd like, but they are working a bit for my YouTube. Alright, I got, like, every heart except for the, timer event one. You know what I should do? After I go clear episode 4, I should try going back into episode 1 to see if I can go back there and get that heart container I missed. That would be a funny way to end this test run. I think it was more like a general, like, pop culture 80s, 90s thing. Like, they basically worshipped Hollywood stars and record labels then. And they would, like, get those licensed music as often as they could. Whereas, like, nowadays, it feels like... And they're more... It feels like they're... Well, I mean, that new Mario movie used some licensed music, but it didn't feel like it, like, went all in on it, if you get what I mean. Like, I guess the licensed music's just getting more and more expensive to license, so they just don't do it as much. Like, it's probably just not financially worth it, the licensed music. Thank you for subscribing, Shugal Mela. Did I pronounce that correctly? Probably not. Did I miss some money? I need money. I want to buy a shield. Because I'm, like, waiting. Gonna be, like, waiting. Oh, wait! I can just go into episode 4! Well, let me see if I can get money first. Yeah, but in comparison, like, the Mario movie had, how many licensed songs play, like, during the movie? I think 3. Which, you know, seems kind of conservative, all things considered. Like, if that movie was made, maybe... If the same movie was made in, like, the Shrek era, the entire soundtrack would be licensed music. Damn. I guess the world really did roll him. I'm sorry, that was awful. I'm sorry. Ah. Well, you know what he said. They don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Alright, episode 4. While this is loading, I should probably do something for Satellaview Plus. Did any of you hear that Satellaview Plus is looking for, like, radio show host? If anybody wants to, volunteer to, like, run something like a podcast on it. You know what? If I'm gonna keep getting questions like that, I'll pop one of Cocoon-kun's videos in the background. I wasn't really prepared to be playing a bunch of music, but here, let me just get something for audio. Let's see, this is episode 4. Let's skip ahead. Is that too early? I think that's a decent time. By the way, I did a lot of research, so I can identify when one of these arranged Nintendo tracks is from an album. This one is Hello Discworld from Game Music Graffiti. That album was released quite long before the Satellaview came out, and it has several Famicom and Game Boy arranges.
Haruka-naru-mukashi-no-koto. 神々はこの世界を創造された。神々はその大いなる力の証として黄金の正三角体トライフォースを残された。
When I can identify an album that the Satellaview uses that's like a game music album, I usually try to see if I can hunt down a lossless flat grip, or if I can buy the album if it's possible. I actually purchased both the Furai no Shiren Special Arrange and the Ihatovo Monogatari soundtracks for this reason. Unfortunately, all the Nintendo ones got crazy expensive. Like the Super Mario World album, Zelda Sound and Drama, woo!
天下るいずこかに黄金の力あり。
Man,
し者の望み
part of the reason I like this narration is because it makes me think of Samurai Showdown. Because they use the same voice actor.
手にすれば望みが叶うという言い伝えに惹かれた者たちは
A long, long ago, there was a man who made his skill ultimate. Because of his bloody life, it was no wonder he was in the troubles.
しかし、こともあろうか、最初に聖地の扉を開き、トライフォースを手にしたのは
Unfortunately, the Nintendo Music app, I don't think it covers any of the album releases they were involved in.
まさにこの時、邪悪の王ガノンが誕生した。
Ah, so the Game Boy one. Yeah. Yeah, there was a Game Boy one and a disc system one, I think it was. Might not have been. No, it might have been. Or maybe there was a cart one, a disc system one, and a Game Boy one. I forget. And then there was a compilation, which had like all the tracks.
邪気の根源を封印するように命じた。ハイラルの人々は神のお告げによりトライフォースをかどわかす魔を倒す力を持つ。
There was also a bunch of albums from like Akihabara Electric Circus that Nintendo would use for like toy music and Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3 Hop, Step, Jump. They would use the arrangers for those quite a bit too. What other Nintendo, like, what other stuff? Like, obviously, you can hear now they're using vanilla Link to the Past music, which is kind of corny.
勇者の出現を待たずに王宮にまで迫り壮絶な戦いが繰り広げられた。
1909? What? What? And that's a Sancho reference? I'm very confused.
やっと封印を成功させ、後に封印戦争と呼ばれる戦いは幕を閉じ、再びハイラルの地に平和が訪れた。
That's a good question, but I would assume they ripped them from their Nintendo Switch Online emulator.
Zelda 姫、邪悪な力によって地下牢に閉じ込められています。勇者よ、早く立ち上がって。ハイラルが危ない。
I don't think it said 1909 though. I'm pretty sure it said like 1989.
謎のメッセージ。急げ勇者よ。ハイラルの地に再び平和を取り戻すのだ。
Or was it like 1991? Like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't 1909.
よくぞ戻ってきた勇者よ。この地が魔王の黒い霧に包まれ
Alright,
て
so this is around the point where the game would actually boot up instead of like going through the downloader and the opening cutscenes. Sorry, I'm not showing those on stream because I wasn't asked to.
間もなく暗雲は晴れるだろう。さあ、今日もまたトライフォースを取り戻す戦いが始まる。
I wonder if Dolly Cat will give me some of his BS Zelda audio. He did have some clean audio for some of his stuff he has that he uses when he streams to Teleview games. Now they're reaching for a Smash invitation.
お前の戦いの手助けをしよう。この地が消え去ってしまうまであまり時間は残っていない。急ぐのだ。わしは地上を元に戻した後、 また商人たちの心を操ってみるとしよう。さあ、
Alright, these are only a few seconds off sync.
剣を持て。
今週も見つけなければならない迷宮は2つ。すなわちトライフォースを2枚取り返さなければならない。しかし老人は迷宮の入り口に関して何も語っていない。老人の力によって地上が元の姿を取り戻し、商人たちは安売りを始めるらしい。
Go on in. Rondo? Is this a JoJo reference?
加えていた力を今から地上に向けて送り込む。
Because that's like a couple letters off from Theo Brando.
老人の実が炸裂した。暗雲は消え去り、迷宮の怪物は元の地上の怪物に戻る。
See, this is why I didn't want to play Cocoon's videos in the background, because now I'm hearing a bunch of noise from his gameplay, and it's disorienting me. If I had clean audio, I would definitely play that.
ここ数百年ありかがわからなかったパワーブレスレットだ。昔最後の勇者が使ったとされておる。お前も持っていくがよい。
ハイラルの地に見られる石像アモス。これが目を覚ましたということは、試しに触れてみればわかる。アモスは北の岩山に落ちてくる岩を抜けた先に立っている。
Yeah, I am very confused how the save system works, because you just noticed it did not save my heart container grabs. It saved my heart container grabs at some later point, but it didn't save my heart container grabs when I got them at that point, and then went into episode 4. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
遠く離れた場所に通じる秘密の通路があるという。
It also didn't save my magical shield grab. Alright, let's go into level 8, because it's right here. Get the silver arrow right away. Oh, the game's gonna be stopping any moment now. There we go. Let me resync it a bit. There we go.
安売りが始まった。ルピーは十分にあるだろうか。この時間を利用して必要なものを買い揃えたい。 身を守るための盾、指輪、レベル6の迷宮で先に進むための肉、ライフを回復するための薬など。
I don't know if I'd agree with that.
買うためには老婆の洞窟を見つけなければならない。
Like, I feel like just hacking it to be more like NES Zelda robs it of its identity. You know what I mean?
手紙が必要だ。手紙は東の海に。
Like, I was the one who tried to push for restoration project style on BS Zelda homepage because I wanted to feel like I was playing it on the actual Satellaview. And like the third quest hack is not like that at all. Like it was modified enough that it feels like a completely different game at points. Hello, the legend is live.
ここで迷宮の謎を整理してみよう。レベル1の迷宮。入り口は問題なく見つかるだろう。
Oh yeah, important thing about using rerun broadcast of BS Zelda instead of the episode 3 dump premiere that is normally used in, like, as the basis for the ROM hacks. This bomb keeps appearing here.
ブーメラン。ブーメラン使いの敵ゴーリ
No,
アを
there's at least two people. There's at least 3 people I see right on YouTube. And if Pio's still here, that'd be 4.
そこへ行くには爆弾で壁を壊す必要があ
But
る。
yeah, what I was saying, this bomb spawn here, like that is not in the episode 3 dump that is used as the basis for for like most of the ROM
入る
hacks,
のはイカダだ。
and that heavily affects the difficulty.
鍵の見える部屋に謎がある。
And you'll see why in just a
どう
moment.
しても鍵が取れないという君。南側の部屋から入れないか考えてみよう。
Boom! The Dongo
部
room.
屋に爆弾がある。
Now you instantly know why.
取れる。
What? You just went right through that bomb? What the hell? What are you?
爆弾が必要だ。
What are you?
レベル4の迷宮。場所は森の北にある湖。味方があれば桟橋から渡ることができる。ここで手に入るのは上。
I think the gimmick of this Aquamentos is that he always takes 9 hits to kill no matter what weapon no matter what sword you got.
トライフォースの部屋は入り口近くに見えるが焦らずに奥の部屋から攻めよう。レベル5の迷宮は東の海。桟橋から板を使って渡った先にある。アモスの像に囲まれた一つの墓が見つかる。墓の後ろから崖の方へ歩いてみる。崖は魔王が見せる幻だ。迷宮にいる腹をすかせ
Oh, Robbie, have you ever seen me do a run of BS Zelda where I just start right at episode 4
レベル6の迷宮。
and to complete the game within that time limit in 1 episode? I do go out a sequence quite a few times.
爆弾を使わずに通れる壁がある。壁に向かって歩いてみよう。
Naughty Cat actually brought that up when he was talking to me about Stogie stuff. Like, apparently, like, word got around in Japan that I've done that run. Like, probably at the time it was being broadcast, people thought it was impossible. Anyway, Robbie, part of the reason why BS Zelda isn't like that, quite honestly, I think it's because those parts of the game weren't even finished when they were broadcasting episodes. You could kind of tell going into the episode 3 premiere ROM, the episode 2 premiere ROM, and you try like hacking your way into like the other episode dungeons and whatnot, you can tell. They'll have like placeholder bosses, rooms that look different, some glitched tiles. Like, they literally weren't done.
青いバブルに姿
That is part of why BS Zelda is the way it is.
バブルに悩まされていた迷宮に挑戦できる。
Like, it may possibly be considered the most rushed Nintendo game. The audio's out of sync again? I need to check it. Legend is live. Thank you for subscribing.
レベル7の迷宮は見つかっただろう。石像アモスの目を覚まさせ、足元にあるパワーブレスレットを手に入れよう。階段を遮る岩を動かせれば、迷宮は岩山の東の端にある。君の手にホワイトソードは輝いていたのか。まだであれば仲間の老人
I'll double check that video in a
墓場駅
moment.
には西にある森を抜け砂 漠を北へ向かうといい。 そして
hold on, I'll set it back a little bit.
ホワイトソードは輝いているだろうか。まだであれば墓場の老人に会っている。墓場へ行くには
I might not have set it far back enough the first time.
砂漠を
Let's
北へ
see.
向かうといい。
Set it
そして
a
中
little
央の
further,
墓石を落とす。
but not too much.
ホワイトソードは輝いているだろうか。そして中
There
央
we
の
go.
墓石を
I think it'll be closer now.
君のライフが十分であれば強力な手ホワイトソードが手に入るはずだ。墓場に現れる魔物ギーニーたちには秘密がある。墓石に触れて現れるギーニーたちは倒すことができない。奴らは幻なのだ。初めから姿を見せているギーニーたちが本物。これ他の幻たちはみんな消滅するはずだ。本物を見分ける方法は簡単だ。よく見れば本物だけは斜めには飛ばない。
Oh yeah, I bombed this wall. Red candle. Alright, good to know. If it had an American release, I wonder what its title would be. I would imagine it'd be something like Super The Legend of Zelda. Like something like that. Like it would need to be in a Zelda All-Stars proper for it to be called just The Legend of Zelda. So I would think it'd be called like Super The Legend of Zelda. I would think they'd probably just use the waterfalls from that are in BS Zelda. That's what I'd imagine. But yeah.
残念なことに商人の心が持っている。商品は元の値段になっている。
Sekiban? Oh, that's in Du Bois. If you're looking to do anything for Sekiban, I would want to give you the fake PS RAM WIP work in progress I got for that. Because, like, that's a case of a game that needed PS RAM data to, like, not crash. Can I, like, send you, like, a Twitter DM or something? Because, like, yeah, I think I need to send you a Twitter DM for that, because I think I'd have to send you several files. I know, obviously take your time with it, I'm just saying. Huh, interesting that I'm right at the 255 limit. No, not the limit, my bad. It goes past 255. And I forgot that you can't do anything here. I just gotta go back. Yeah, start with BS SimCity. Because I think it should be possible to get the missing episodes out of that one. But yeah, like Sekiban would be a bit crazy. Like at the moment for Sekiban to get it to working in a Satellavave setup, I need to use my fake PS RAM as well as an additional old patch from that is on the BS Zelda homepage that is meant for a completely different purpose. And it ends up disabling the BGM that's supposed to play. That doesn't play often. Like, it's supposed to be like the level clear BGM that's supposed to play. Like, that's actually supposed to play. And like, I converted it like a Cocoon's videos. Like, but with the patch I'm using, it doesn't. So that's technically like a bug that needs to be resolved for accuracy's sake. Yeah. I will try to send what notes I can, but like I said, I am a bit dumb. And I swear I brain-wadded myself trying to do the Zelda hacking tonight. Oh, the retail game? I wonder if you should familiarize yourself with the game with the patched Sekiban rounds first. Because there are like, you know, you might want to use like those with the fan translations. Like, give it a casual play session first. So that you like, have a better idea what you're looking for, basically. Oh yeah, that. Sorry, I think I saw that, but like, let me reread it just so I understand it.
森の石像の下に隠れている老人が赤い指輪を見つけた。ぜひ持っていた方がよい。
I don't understand it. I feel like that argument's circular. Like that's like saying you made the waterfall realistic because you made it realistic. Like obviously as a frame of reference, like the title screen for BS Zelda that would have been used in the original broadcast. Give me a moment. I am going to go get the magical sword and red ring because I'm on the time limit to get those. And then I'll get back to that discussion. But yeah, like BS on the Satellaview, like it had a completely different titles. It had a completely different like downloading screen that didn't resemble the title screen from the NES games at all. So I don't really know if like I don't really know what they would go for with the title screen, but I would imagine they just want to reuse as much assets as possible. Yeah, this video's clock keeps going in. Oh, you know what it is? I do not have my clock server data set. So the clock in my ROM is lagging behind because the Super Nintendo's frame rate is technically 59.6 out of 60. rather than a solid 60.
それはまずい。
And that
急がねばならない。
that affects
赤
clock
い指輪
code.
は
That is the reason why the Satovu needs to keep keep going, like calling the St. Giga server
川の上流
to check the time,
泉のそばの洞窟
because an internal clock code doesn't exactly work correctly. So now you're seeing what the effects are. Alright, now I need to go get the red ring. Got it.
階段を上がって東の端にはレベル7の迷宮がある。また反対側の西の方には
Custom
メガネ岩と呼ばれ
oscillator,
る
huh?
大きな岩が2つある。爆弾を使えばレベル8の迷宮に入れるはずだ。
That would be interesting. But yeah, oh, you know what? Since I got both those, I can probably do that search for BS Zelda title screen. Oh crap, my web browser's chugging. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, you know what I can do instead? I can go back here, take the screenshot, and then post that. No, that's not the right one. Super Famicom Wars' box art. Give me a moment. No, not last week. Give me the thing I just got. No, not last week, please. There we go. So, like, here. This is how the last screen before the gameplay would start looked. As, like, a frame of reference. This fire is animated, by the way. I would imagine if they made an English title screen, they'd probably just change this text to English and call it that. It would otherwise be like the same. It'll otherwise be the same. But obviously, recreating this screen would be very difficult to do on from like an amateur developer type thing. I think this sewer graphic is from promotional art from Link to the Past. Like, I think there was a scene where Link was guiding Zelda through a sewer, and like this came from that, because they did reuse quite a bit of art, like in like the download screens for BS Zelda. Mostly NES art, but this one in particular, it might be NES art, but I don't really recognize it like I do the other ones. So I would guess it's something like that. But yeah, the fire is animated. That's like distinct to this. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go into level 6. Oh, let me get back the audio. What time is it? Like... That's a bit too far.